Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you a 2012 team preview for the Tennessee Titans. We're going to start with their offense to see what we can expect from the Titans this season.
Matt Hasselbeck is a quarterback's quarterback. This guy does everything exceptionally well. Tremendous leader. Guys want to play for him. And it puts the Titans in a tough situation because they have the luxury and the problem of having two solid quarterbacks, in my opinion. You have a guy that's been there, that's proven in Matt Hasselbeck, that can make all the throws, can lead this team to wherever they want to go. Then you have the young prospect in Jake Locker, who actually may be a better fit for your offense if you're playing to run the football. And he showed a lot of promise last year in limited duty. And you just need a guy like this just needs more repetitions, need more opportunities to get out there on the field. So now the Titans have a situation where they can either go with the veteran in Matt Hasselbeck or go with the young guy in Jake Locker. But either way, I think they're going to be fine. It's just different styles of offense. If they want to throw the football downfield consistently, they can go with Hasselbeck. If they want to implement their running game a little bit more, they can go with Locker. Like I said before, either way, the Titans quarterback situation is not a problem in my opinion. Look for Chris Johnson to have a bounce-back campaign this year as opposed to last. I think he's going to get back to that 4.7, 4.8, maybe even 5 yards of carry range that we're used to seeing from CJ2K. The reason why he didn't rush for 2,000 yards last year, and I'm going to tell you why, is due to the fact that they didn't have the mobile quarterback presence back there, which is why I think Jake Locker may hold the keys to Chris Johnson's 2,000-yard quest again. He can get 2,000 yards easily again if they throw Locker back there, because Locker is that mobile guy, is going to open up the holes for him because of the fact that the backside defensive end has to stay home. Chris Johnson didn't get bad in an offseason. It's the fact that the offense changed around him. And they also have a solid backup in Javon Ringer. I'm a big fan of Javon Ringer. Does a great job of making one cut and getting downhill. And also keep an eye on Jamie Harper, the third big thumper back they have back there in the backfield. I'm a big fan of the Titans wide receiving core. All these guys do a great job of making plays after the catch. They excel at route running, and they're consistent with catching the football. They get a big boost this year by getting back Kenny Britt, the 6'3", 215-pound, 4-year vet out of Rutgers, has cleaned up his off-the-field issues. You also have to like Nate Washington. He's a pro's pro. Just a solid receiver. You may not say he's great, but he's very good. Now, the big hotshot incoming rookie this year will be Kendall Wright. He's going to be their deep threat. And don't look at the 40 time. His game speed is what you have to be impressed with. He gets down the field very fast, acceleration, and he catches the football exceptionally well. So this is going to help open up the offense. You have that speed demon that teams have to worry about that can take the top off of a defense, and you have the big body guy in Britt. You also have very solid complementary receivers, guys like Damian Williams, guys like Mark Mariani, also Lavelle Hawkins. All these guys do a great job of playing solid football. In the tight end position, in my opinion, it's another bright spot for the Titans. Jared Cook is a guy that had a breakout year last year. Look for him to get even more opportunity in this offense as they continue to spread open the field. I think the Titans receiving core is one of the more vastly underrated units in the entire NFL. You had to expect Mike Munchak to get this offensive line playing at Hall of Fame level like himself, Hall of Fame offensive lineman, but you have to like what you see up front. This team, led by Michael Rules, the left tackle, did a great job of protecting the quarterback, tied for second in the National Football League as far as sacks given up. They have a great interior as well. You look at Leroy Harris, a guy that's versatile. He's going to move to right guard to make room for Steve Hutchinson, who comes over from the Minnesota Vikings, a future Hall of Famer himself. He's going to play the left guard position. If there's a question mark on the offensive line, it's the center spot. Eugene Amano draws the ire of many fans, and they have a lot of questions about his play. But if he can improve, then the offensive line will be that much better. Rounding out the top five, you look on the right side, you have Dave Stewart, a guy that's physical, nasty. You have to like that about your right tackles. That's how the running game gets open. And a solid depth behind these guys. Keep an eye on Fernando Velasco. I think this guy may end up being the starting center this year for the Titans. The Titans have to do a better job of getting pressure on the quarterback, which is why I believe they went out and grabbed Cameron Wembley in free agency. He's going to help provide pressure off the edge. Does a great job also in stopping the run. So he's a versatile defensive end, something that they needed on their defensive line. With all that said, though, they really need Derek Morgan. They drafted him a couple years ago out of Georgia Tech to step up and live up to his first-round draft status. This is a guy that has all the athleticism in the world, all the talent, just has to stay healthy. I like what I see out of Jarrell Casey, the second-year guy out of USC, has tremendous quickness for a guy his size. First step is amazing, beats guards routinely. Then Derek Marks holds the other defensive tackle spot, a guy that has the talent but has to produce a little bit more. There's a bunch of guys competing for his position at that other D tackle spot. I also like Carl Klug. This guy just gets sacks. Despite his size, 6'2", 275, does a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback. He may even see more starting minutes this season. Titans drafted Colin McCarthy in the 4th round, expecting him to be a versatile depth guy. He came in, started at middle linebacker, and actually made Barrett Rude expendable. You have to like what you see out this guy in his coverage skills and also his ability to lay the lumber in a run game. And in the 2nd round of the same draft, they took Akeem Ayers, who started on the outside. You have to like the talent and the athleticism that he brings to the table. Had an up and down rookie season. The Titans have to put him in more situations where he can utilize his amazing skill set. Will Weatherspoon is a guy that may be on the hot seat as far as starting is concerned. He's getting up there in age, a guy that's been in the league 10 years. He has to keep off incumbent rookie Zach Brown they drafted out of North Carolina. When you talk about speed as a linebacker, this guy has it. 4.4 speed and coverage ability. Not as tough in the run game as you would like, so that's why Witherspoon may hold on to this spot, but you have to like the potential of Zach Brown. The Titans were 14th in pass defense last year, and yes, you lose a guy in Cortland Finnegan, but I don't think that's going to be a huge loss for the Titans. I actually think they're still very good in the secondary. Jason McCourty is probably their best cover corner right now. Elton Verner moves up from the nickel spot, and I think he can handle that role. He did a great job at UCLA being a starting corner. And the nickel guy, in my opinion, should go to rookie Cody Sensabaugh, a guy that has tremendous quicks and anticipation, and that's something you need as a cornerback, especially as a nickel cornerback going to be playing mostly in the slot. As for the safety position, I actually enjoy what I see back there in the back half of the defense with Jordan Babineau, the guy that came over from the Seattle Seahawks, did a great job last year for him, and Michael Griffin. This guy is the franchise player for the Titans as far as they tagged him the franchise player, but he does make a lot of good plays for that secondary, and I'm impressed by rookie Markel Martin. I think that was a steal that they picked him up in the draft out of Oklahoma State. This is a guy that can play either free safety or strong safety. Reason why, he has coverage ability, so he can cover receivers, he can also cover tight ends, and he has that hard-hitting mentality that you want for a guy that can get downhill in a running game. So that can easily add versatility to your defense. You have a new coach, you have a lockout going on. You expect the Tennessee Titans to be terrible, but last year this team finished 9-7. That was impressive. So now you have to be optimistic. You got a healthy quarterback in Matt Hasselbeck. You tried to improve your defensive line by bringing over Cameron Wembley. You draft Kendall Wright to add explosiveness to the passing game, and your defense is still very tough. You still have a very solid defense. So there's a lot to be optimistic about if you're a Titans fan. However, in the same breath, you have to be concerned about the health of Matt Hasselbeck. Can he stay out there for 16 games? If not, you might as well go with Locker, because he can help your running game out tremendously right away. You just can't have that flip-flop in the middle of the season. And can the defensive line finally get pressure? Can they actually stop the run? They were terrible last year as far as run defense is concerned. So if those things improve, then you have to like their chances. I have the Titans finishing second in the AFC South. This team was close to a playoff berth last year. Now you give them a full offseason, second year in that system. They have a very good coaching staff. And one thing that we didn't talk about throughout the whole video that's very underrated, and the reason why I really like the Titans, is their special teams. Kickoff coverage units are awesome. Punt coverage units are awesome. You look at the return game with Mariani, outstanding. Kicker Rob Baronis, future Hall of Famer in my opinion, does a great job of getting points. This team this year, in my opinion, will probably get the 6th playoff spot out of the AFC.